Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nick. Welcome to a brand new first try. First of all, I will start with the disclosing remarks that I've been provided with a review copy for today's game, which is none other than Kalimba, a puzzle platformer developed by Press Play, which, as you might know, is part of the Microsoft Studios family. Late last year, it has been released on Xbox One, and now it's making its way to PC. So, what do you do in a puzzle platformer like Kalimba? Well, you solve puzzles while jumping, or the use of other mechanics that may or may not be unique to the game. In Kalimba, more specifically, you'll simultaneously control two totems of different color, which you can navigate through different levels. Each level has its own hazards that have to be overcome by jumping or by swapping the position of the totems, which is the main mechanic of the game. What is really interesting about it is that you basically control two different characters at the same time and lead them through two similar but slightly different levels. All of that is presented in a pseudo split screen way, which I personally find really intriguing. What I mean by a pseudo split screen is that you have a distinction between the bottom and the top half of the screen, but it feels natural and isn't just a black bar. Most levels, I have played through the first act so far, have a pretty much equal distribution between the parts where you are stacked up or divided into two halves. Further mechanics like reverse gravity for one of the totems give the game a certain degree of complexity and precision, which is really nice, and adds to the notion that this is indeed a platformer. In terms of its presentation, there is not really that much to say about it. The music is quite good, the sound design is really well done, and the art style is quite interesting. Sure, some people might not like it, but after a little bit of time I get accustomed to it, and I can certainly see the appeal. The only minor nitpick I have to point out is Hobel, the storyteller. I personally find him to be a little bit out of place, but I think this is more of a hit and miss scenario. But as I've said, it's just a minor nitpick, since you can skip his monologue entirely, which makes him upset at times. Let's talk a little bit about the port, shall we? It is certainly not that overwhelming when it comes to options. You have full screen on or off, resolution options, a gamma slider, and some sound options. In terms of controls, you can either look at the key map for the Xbox controller, or you can rebind your keys when you play with a keyboard. By the way, when you play local co-op, you can mix the different control methods, so you don't have to share your keyboard, or you can even engage in a little bit of couch co-op with two controllers. Apart from that, the game runs fine, so there's really nothing to complain about. There are different modes available in the base game. For one, you have the story mode and the co-op mode. You also have the Puma mode, in which you have to complete an individual level as fast as possible while collecting as many pickups as possible to climb the leaderboards. In Llama mode, you play against up to 5 friends in random levels of the meta space, which are basically unlockable levels you can find in the story mode. The person that performs worst 5 times drops out. The last man standing is the winner. On to the conclusions we go. And I have nothing other to say than Kalimba made it first try, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to play an interesting puzzle platformer with some replay value, go ahead, buy it. And if it's on a sale and you don't have it already, just buy it then. My name has been Nick, ladies and gentlemen, and I shall see you guys next time.